What's up gamers, Cryptico here, and welcome back to Lowering the Mark, a show where I analyze the current and former world records of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe time trial runs to see how these records get faster over time. We'll look at elements such as the loadout, racing lines, and mushroom usage to better understand what's bringing these times down. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the notification bell to be the first to know when my videos go live. For today's episode, we're taking it back to the Special Cup for the faster version of its best designed course, Bowser's Castle at 200cc. On May 18, 2017, the world record for this run was set at 1 minute 29.254 seconds by the English player Finn. Fast forward a few years to January 12, 2021, and the record was brought down to 1 minute 26.365 seconds by Australian player Panda. That's a 3.2 second difference between records and a 3.6% faster time. Our former world record holder Finn has broken 35 world records across 5 unique runs and has spent just under 250 days holding at least one world record. Our current world record holder Panda has broken 129 world records across 18 unique runs and has spent over 700 days holding at least one of his 9 current world records. At pre-release, the world record was very slow, but it would quickly sub 130, mostly thanks to Canadian player Sergeant Guy. Finn pushed the pace a little bit before Carson took over for a while and became the first player to go 128. About 150 days would go by before the next second break, also achieved by Carson, and a few new players took a stab at the world record as well. Carson got back into it with Japanese player Tane before he ran away with this 127.1 that lasted well over 300 days. September 2019 would see Dutch player Themo put up 7 consecutive world records and establish a reign of over 400 days. That was stopped when Panda and Alberto got into a slap fight for the next 18 world records. Nearly half a second has been dropped off the record since that duel, and it was broken 63 times in total by 19 different players. These two loadouts are pretty well matched, with neither side having a massive advantage over the other. Finn goes with the acceptable combo of Roy driving the Streetle with the Azure Rollers and the Waddle Wing Glider. Panda goes with the unconventional loadout of Dry Bowser driving the Wild Wiggler with the Leaf Tires and the Paper Glider. Pretty much all the important stats for both racers are only within half a point of each other, so there isn't much of an advantage on either side. Panda holds the high top speed stat, while Finn leads by the half point in acceleration, handling, and mini turbo stats. Makes you wonder how Panda dropped over 3 seconds off Finn's time with a loadout that has weaker stats, but we'll go over that here shortly. This course is awesome mainly because it's so well designed. Like, there's so much attention to all the details, which include the layout of the track. There's enough sharp turns, areas to pick up speed, and a lot of different ways to go about this course. Let's have a look. Finn starts off with a rocket start and quickly drifts off the bridge for a quick mini turbo and chains that with a super mini turbo around the second turn. He follows that up with another quick mini turbo before the jump boost. I cut it here, but Finn actually charged up the ultra mini turbo on this long turn before hitting a jump boost into the next section. Panda also gets the rocket start, but hits this jump boost off the bridge before chaining the same few mini turbos around the first set of turns. Off the second jump boost, he'll drift around for the super mini turbo before jump boosting into S2 with a slight lead of over half a second. After hitting the jump boost, Finn goes to the left wavy path but doesn't hit any jump boost. He instead casually drifts off the course to cut out the turn near the end of the path. After failing to chain another mini turbo on top of that, he simply goes straight for the glider ramp into S3. Panda also goes toward the left and even grabs 2 jump boosts before doing the same cut that Finn did. After landing on the other side, he squeezes in a quick jump boost before chaining another mini turbo around the last turn before the glider ramp. Now, both players did something really cool by making that cut, but Panda's extra jump boosts are putting him well ahead of Finn as his lead has jumped out to over 1.2 seconds going into S3. Through S3, both players simply hit the jump boost off the glider, fly across, and when they land, they'll use their first mushroom to cut out the final turn with a super mini turbo. Once they exit that turn, they stay wide and grab the jump boost as they make their way to the finish line, where Panda's lead has grown to 1.3 seconds at the end of lap 1. Finn pretty much keeps S1 the same as lap 1, except he drifts closer to the inside on the second turn because there are no coins to collect, and after barely getting past the wrecking ball, he charges up another ultra mini turbo to be chained with a jump boost at the start of S2. Panda makes a slight adjustment and goes for the drift off the bridge in lieu of a jump boost. He too will take the second turn really tight and chain the rest of his mini turbos the same way he did on lap 1 as he makes his way to the fire pit, leading by well over 1.6 seconds at the end of S1. Through S2, Finn sticks with the left path and goes for a slightly shorter cut by driving off the wavy path again before actually chaining the mini turbo and taking off on the glider ramp. After Panda hits the jump boost, he too will stay to the left and grab the first few jump boosts before drifting off the path and cutting out that part of the course. No jump boost when he lands, but he still gets the mini turbo before taking the final turn. Panda probably loses some time here after not doing that jump boost, but his lead is so large at this point that I doubt it matters. He's ahead by over 2.1 seconds at the end of S2. Similar to lap 1, both racers hit the jump boost off the glider and fly on down to the other side before using their second mushroom to cut the final turn out and then jump boost right before the finish line. As similar as these races look, the small time saves that Panda is performing paired with his higher top speed all contribute to a lead that has grown to 2.2 seconds after outsplitting Finn by just under a second on lap 2. Starting off the final lap, both racers hit the drift off the bridge and chain together the same set of mini turbos through the zigzag part of S1. After the jump boost, Finn goes for the longer ultra mini turbo while Panda carries much more speed through the super mini turbo heading into S2, ahead by just over 2.6 seconds. Here's something different. Instead of going left, Finn bears toward the right wave path and simply rides it out until he hits the zipper. After that, he'll charge up a super mini turbo and do a little turn skip of his own before hitting the glider ramp. Panda also bears right but picks up a pair of jump boosts before the zipper. Once he starts drifting, he too charges up this super mini turbo but performs this otherworldly turn skip that actually blew me away. I mean, just look at how much he's cutting out of this turn, and with such ease it would seem. After that amazing maneuver, his lead now sits at well over 3 seconds going into the final section. A final section that's performed the same way by both players. Glide across the lava pit, use their last mushroom for the cut, and hit the jump boost on their way to the finish line where Panda comes across a full 3.2 seconds ahead of Finn's former world record. So by hitting more jump boost, utilizing a slightly faster loadout, and staying on an incredible line during all those drift chains, Panda was able to take this record down well below what everyone thought was possible. At face value, this run was definitely not easy, and there's a reason it's been the world record for over 300 days. Let's hear a little bit more from Panda about that. What was going through your mind when you broke this world record?
I was quite satisfied when I got this world record, although at the time I was going to try to go for one more improvement.
What about this run makes the Wild Wiggler the cart of choice?
Basically, the Wild Wiggler cart itself has much more speed which is necessary, whilst not sacrificing the mini turbo stat too much.
Do you see a time faster than the sum of the best known splits, or is 126.1 pretty much the max world record?
It's been a while since I've played the track, but the best known splits can still go down and a 0.0 could be possible. Although there are pace locks, the main one being the spike ball on lap 3. The faster you go, the worse of a spot the spike ball is in.
The best known splits for this run show that it has become very optimized thanks to Panda and Alberto's duel. Panda, however, owns all 3 of the best known laps, and 2 of them are about as good as they could get. The lap with the most room of improvement would be his world record lap 2, which sits 8 to 9 frames away from the best known time. His record lap 1 is only a frame or 2 away, and his record lap 3 is in fact the best known split. Since Panda has been one of the few players to go toe-to-toe with Alberto and win, it's pretty safe to assume he's very good on this course, and since he owns both a 300-day world record and all 3 of the best known splits, I think any further improvement will come from him and only him. The worldwide top 10 consists of 8 national and 4 continental record holders. Panda sits at the top, Alberto is surprisingly in the 2nd spot, and the French record holder Army sits in 3rd. Just outside the top 3 is American record holder Vincent, and behind him in 5th is Dutch record holder Themo. Rounding out the last of the 126s is Pi and Tane at the 6th and 7th position, and closing out the top 10 we have 4 Laps to Win, Ronnie, and Hickey, all separated by half a tenth of a second. The record has held strong for over 300 days and has nearly 150 milliseconds on the 2nd fastest time in the world, so it's safe to assume this record is strong enough to withstand even the likes of Alberto and Army. But so long as those 2 are on the board, records will fall, and we'll all be there to see it. That's all for episode 52. Hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to Panda for providing some much needed Q&A content. If you enjoyed this video, like and share it with your friends and comment on which course you'd like me to analyze next. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.